Welcome back to the Heartwork Podcast and the Life of Londi channel. In today's video, I would love to share with you how I prioritize my self-care as my goal number 2 that I had set. Basically, I want to run through all the things that I do on a daily basis that help me find love within myself, find security within myself, and be able to give myself all of the things that I would normally expect somebody else to do. But it's important to do it for yourself, to make sure that you're giving all of those things for yourself instead of asking them from others, or instead of you draining your tank of all this energy that you have to give to others, instead give it to yourself first. I would like to start off with journaling. I love to journal. I love to make sure that I write down everything that I am grateful for. Sharing gratitude is a good way of practicing self-care, as well as making sure that you know where your feelings are at, doing some shadow work, so asking yourself all these tough questions that you normally wouldn't ask yourself because you don't know how to answer them, or you don't want to dig deep into your own emotional. So this is a good way of kind of practicing that, journaling all your emotions, starting your day off with sharing gratitude, as well as meditation right after this, and then also making sure that you do affirmations, or you can also do positive self-talk by applauding your own small achievements. You can pamper yourself. There's so many things you can do to prioritize your own self-care. And these are going to be some of the things that I'm going to show you that I like to do. So let's get right into it. Apple cider water vinegar drink. Vitamins. I just want to put out a tip out there to look up some questions about shadow work that can help you kind of start your journaling if you're feeling in a rut. Or you can always just start anywhere, just how you feel. Today I feel, on a scale of 1 to 10, I feel like a 6. A 6 to me would be, I'm content. But, there is some things that I could work on. If you can raise your score, then what can you do to raise your score? Can you go to the gym? Or if you write out what you feel, start wherever, really. Just when I first started journaling, I had no idea what I was doing. And what I learned is that I just needed to kind of vent about all of my emotions. So I would write, today I had a really shitty day at work. So-and-so said something to me. Or today I had an amazing day at work. It was such a great feeling to hear somebody be so grateful or be so happy that I did this. Why did this make me feel better? Because I'm not used to being praised throughout my life or whatever. And then it starts to dig deeper and deeper. Ask yourself the why questions every time you write something down, positive or negative. This way you kind of like answer it yourself. And if you don't know the answer, sit there with yourself and kind of question yourself. Okay, why do I feel like this? What happened in my past that has definitely made me question my self-worth or my self-esteem. And little by little, you'll be able to start to get to know yourself. I also purchased The Cards Against Negativity, which is a great book that has affirmation cards. Every card that it brings, it gives you like a little tip. For example, I want to give you a good one. Some things are in our control and some things are not. So it'll give you a little paragraph on what it's telling you with the control zone, and then it'll give you like steps on how you can control any of your emotions, or what is in your control zone and what isn't, and then little tip right here in the corner. So it's a really nice way to also journal. It kind of gives you a little guide. So in case you don't know how to journal, definitely purchase something that'll help you put your thoughts into words or your emotions into words. You can also buy journals that kind of already have a guide. So Holistic Self-Care Guided Journal. This one's by Carly Sweet. And basically, it'll give you like, dear body, thank you. Thank your body for all it does for you by filling in the blanks. Dear body, blah, 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 blah. And it gives you like a little blank so you can kind of fill it in. The more you want to prioritize yourself, that's kind of what it takes. It takes a little bit of time for yourself. Don't rush it. Don't speed through it. Like, don't try to get through it in a rush, because then you're not really getting to know yourself. You want to sit with yourself and get to know the best parts and the worst parts, the parts that you need to work on, your weaknesses, your strengths. That's what you're getting to know when you're doing this. So another good tip that I would love to throw in here is downloading an app that sends you affirmations throughout the day, or, you know, just quotes of motivation. One of the ones that I have is called I Am, and basically it gives you one affirmation. You can set it up to be every hour, or for the morning only, or the afternoon only, or for 6 hours, whatever you want. And mine just came in right now. It says, I am strong, confident, and courageous enough to remove negative people from my life whenever. And it'll send me these quotes or these affirmations throughout the day, so I can practice my affirmations, not just in the morning, not just before I go to work, but throughout the entire day, especially if I'm going through different emotions. This just uplifts me, or makes sure that it brings out the side of me that lets me keep going, and adds a little fuel, adds a little energy, adds a little love. So if that's one of those things you struggle with, to give yourself affirmations, or you don't know what kind of affirmations to give yourself, feel free to look them up on Google, write them on sticky notes, and then put them on the front of your mirror in the bathroom, or behind your wall where you lay your head on your bed, or download the app. Either way, you can practice affirmations all the time by setting up something up for yourself where you can look at yourself and remind yourself of all the great things that you are. I also want to mention how important it is for you to hang out with like-minded people, as well as being able to watch a podcast or listen to a podcast. So right now I'm on my way to go hit the gym with my girl. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna listen to a podcast on my way to her, and that's a good way to always just remind yourself of all the things that you should be doing to prioritize your self-care. You can listen to The Mindset Mentor by Rob Dial. You can look up different podcasts. The Psychology of My 20s is another good one. Tam Kaur, I don't want to butcher her last name, but those are all good ones. Baby, ba-boom. Before I call it a night, I always like to read a chapter of my book, and then just highlight anything that felt like stuck out to me and my journey, and something I want to continue to take with me from the book and incorporate it into my daily life. And sometimes I read at night, sometimes I read in the morning, sometimes I take my book and I read during my shift when I am at the restaurant. So I incorporate reading as part of my self-care routine. I feel like I used to struggle a lot before with feeling insecure about how I never really had a big vocabulary whenever I spoke. And I also felt like I didn't know a lot. So this helped me be able to open up to more knowledge and be able to make sure that I learn more vocabulary words and incorporate them into my daily conversations. So it was a good way of being able to feel more secure in my knowledge and in how smart I am, and that I can read and focus on books if I wanted to, and finding the right book was important for me. So personal growth books are what really make me happy, what really keep me focused, and these are my kind of books.